Any more from Al? Is there any more? Oh, this is a long one. This is a long one. So either Al has sent me some knitting needles to while away the long winter hours, knitting a cardigan, or he sent me a not 100% identified new Sansevieria. This is a brilliant plant. This is very, very, very different. This is John Lavranos collected plant. You can see this is an offset from a rhizome, and there's another rhizome coming there. It's Sansevieria from Mozambique, and it's a miniature spoon-leafed form. Now this is incredibly different and adds a whole new dimension to diversity and variation within the Sansevieria group. So each leaf has a long, thin stalk and then spreads out at the end. I mean, look at this guy here. This is one of the newer leaves. So this gives an indication of what the mature plant will look like when it is full of these leaves. And spoon-shaped is a fantastic description. That is a very, very different and very, very exciting. Sansevieria collected by John Lavranos. It's got a collection number here, 593. Don't know if you can see that, Lavranos 593, and it's from Mozambique. Didn't I just mention Mozambique? It's almost as if I knew what was going on sometimes. Right, the next one is heavy. So it's either heavy because Al has sent me a bag load of gold coins, because he feels sorry for me after I've spent so much money with him, or well, I don't know why it's heavy. Is the honest answer? It's heavy because it's not a Sansevieria. This is even more treasure. This is a big wow, because it's not a Sansevieria, but it is a Tylocodon. And Tylocodon, you will remember, is that segregate genus from Cotyledon, and this is a superb specimen plant. This is an absolute wonderful gem. So you've got that thick semi-geophytic cortex there, and then you've got that whole plethora of stick-like dark brown stems coming out of that cortex. So there's a central trunk, almost, can you see that going up the middle? And then the central trunk is branching, and those branches are branching. So this is going to make, in 2 or 3 years, an absolutely world-class plant, and it's a rare plant. Very few people have this plant in cultivation. So this is a Tylocodon. He's got it labelled as Cotyledon, which shows how old the label is, but this is Tylocodon pearsonii, and that is absolutely fabulous. I'm just taking these dead flowers off so that they don't become a breeding ground for fungi, and before I pot it up. Isn't that great? Well, the answer is yes, it is. Tylocodon pearsonii. Right, is there anything more from Al? Well, you know what? There is. In this next video, we have another one of those lovely long Sansevierias that give such height to the collection. And this is another one that Al says, I know what it is, but I can't prove what it is. And this is the Sansevieria intermedia. And look at that great long rhizome there. So this is going to need a really nice long deep pot. And the thing about Sansevieria intermedia is it's kind of, well, intermediate between plants like Sansevieria cylindrica, Batula, and those kind of rush-like looking plants. And that's long. I mean, that's about, that longest leaf there, that young leaf coming up there now, that's about 35 centimeters. and that really massive thick rhizomatous growth at the bottom. So you can see exactly where it's come off from its parent plant. You see the ridges in the leaves which allow for contraction. So there we are, Sansevieria intermedia. It does have an ID. It's PF1084. So I'll look up 1084 and see if I can identify what it could possibly be. Right, there's one left, and the one that's left is another long one, but a very different one. And this is a Sansevieria which is related to Sansevieria bella. And you can see it is already starting to put out adventitious roots from here, and it's branching in a range of directions. You see that? So the rhizome is branching there, with the main growth there, it's branching here, and so far it's also branching there. So there again, within 2 to 3 years, this is going to make a very attractive clump. So there we are. Let's have a look at what we've got from. Let's see if I can arrange them in a kind of pseudo-scientific way. Okay, so the most recent unpacking was that Sansevieria intermedia, which has got that huge rhizome there, which is going into a central point and developing up into very long leaves. That was that Sansevieria intermedia, against the backdrop of a huge number of completely unrelated Echeveria. A lovely plant, that very statuesque. Okay, we'll put that one down. Okay, the next one was that the one I just showed you was that Sansevieria from Tanzania, which is probably related to Bella. And this is east of Chamala, Chmala, and I do like the way it has a long stalk, and then the actual rosette, it's a very loose rosette of course in Sansevierias, but the rosette is actually on the end of that long stalk. Hope you can see that. There, the lighting is a bit better there. You see that? Okay, so that's a Sansevieria affiliated to Bella from Chamala in Tanzania. And then another long one, I'm pleased I've got some long ones and not just rosette ones. Another long one is this, the one that Al described as having spoon-shaped leaves, and they're very spoon-shaped. I mean, look at that. And this is the one that was collected by John Lavranos in East Africa. And this one is actually from Mozambique. Okay. I want to do some research on spoon-leaved Sansevierias when I finish talking to you. Then there were 3 rosette forms. There was this this little Franciscii. Again, it's got that usual snake plant or dragon plant variegation, the grey leading into the green. And then the second of the Rossetti forms from Francisci was this fishery, which is the second fishery in the collection. This one's slightly smaller, but I like the fact that this hasn't been a cutting, it hasn't come off a rhizome. You can actually see the caudex there, and that's the plant in its entirety. This is all that there has ever been, and I like that. I like the fact that it's coming into the Sansevieria collection in its entirety. It's not leaving part of itself behind. Okay, so that was Sansevieria. Clean the label. Sansevieria fishery, and then the final Rossetti form was this very, very nice Powellii. And again, this is as a complete plant. This is the plant. It hasn't been an extension from somewhere else or a runner. And then finally we have this lovely Tylocodon, and this is the rare Tylocodon pearsonii, and I don't make any apologies for including this because it comes from a very, very similar place and similar environment in terms of aridity to the Sansevierias I've shown you, and also because it serves in its way as an introduction into the Tylocodon and cotyledon videos which will follow shortly. But that wasn't a deliberate ploy, it's just what actually happened when I opened the box. Okay, so that's it for now. The next time you see these will be when they're all potted up, and for now I shall leave you with yet another flying overview of absolutely stunning, and I mean stunning, Sansevierias from Sans Al. They really are absolutely exquisite little tropical gems, and I love them. I love Sansevierias and I love Dracæna. Absolutely gorgeous plants. Okay, so it's goodbye from Sans Al, it's goodbye from the Sansevierias, and it's goodbye from Kirkstone. I'll see you ultra soon. Another flying overview of absolutely stunning, and I mean stunning, Sansevierias from Sans Al. They really are absolutely exquisite little tropical gems, and I And as this is a seed grown plant, not a plant which has been propagated from rhizome,